Hello everybody. Welcome to today's video, and if you've read the title by now, yes, that is right. This is not a Hero Factory evolution video, well, simply because the evolution means a character's change throughout the years. All these characters you see in front of you are individual characters with their own personalities and characteristics and abilities, so it's not an evolution. Instead, though, this was requested by a fan of mine who I cannot remember off the top of my head right now. His name is right here. Bing bing bing, here's his comment suggesting that I do a video after he saw all the Hero Factory Evolutions videos. He suggested I do one about every big main antagonist, like every big villain in Hero Factory. So all the main leading bad guys from each theme. So not necessarily the standard. All the other villains, of course, had their roles in the seasons, but we're talking about like the leading villains in each season. So there's that. So that's why it was quite easy for me to put together this video. Now he also did suggest he suggested it to go up to Invasion from Below, like, which was Queen Beast. And the disclaimer is, at this point in time, I have broken down and sold all my Hero Factory Invasion from Below sets. Yeah, so I don't have Queen Beast on me anymore, which is unfortunate. I had to rid my Invasion from Below sets because, well, number one, I wanted to get some money back from all the money I've spent on these sets. Number two, I don't have all the space in the world in my house to store everything. And number three, I can use the money to reinvest in other sets. And finally, I'm not that much of a fan of Invasion from Below, so I kept all the minifigures, but I sold all the parts and I got some money for that. So that's why you will not see Queen Beast on here. She's already gone. So however, I will not do the same for these. These are way too valuable for me, and I will keep them until the day I die. So there's that. So the main leading villains go up to Brain Attack. So the first main leading villain is Von Nebula, and then the last leading villain is Dragon Bolt in Brain Attack. So first and foremost, just because these are all in frame right now, their sizes ranged a ton. I'm surprised Von Nebula is actually quite small. After putting Von Nebula alongside the other villains, he's quite small. Witch Doctor is no surprise. Witch Doctor has always been huge. He's always been the biggest Hero Factory set ever, period. And then Fire Lord and Black Phantom are pretty much the same. And Dragon Bolt is like a little slightly smaller, but he's like the one villain that isn't, a robot humanoid. He's more of a creature, animal-like villain. So there's that. So basically my point is here, obviously, I will not go in depth of each villain. I'm not gonna explain every single nook and cranny in each and every one of them, because, well, if you want to see an in-depth analysis of each villain, then I suggest you go watch their individual reviews instead, which, by the way, all these villains you see here, all their videos will be linked on the card, on the corner, or on the end screen, or the links would be in the description and comments as well. But regardless, in this video, it's just basically a summarization, pretty much. And so I gotta first say, so we got over the size already. So the other part is just how evil each villain was. Von Nebula's intention was very weak. He just wanted to take revenge on Stormer. For what the heck did Stormer do? From watching the storyline, Stormer didn't do anything wrong. He literally, it was like, I don't see what Stormer did that might have caused Von Nebula to want revenge on Stormer. Basically, all Stormer did was follow orders and did the good stuff. And Von Ness back then, he just ran away. He just fled, and then suddenly he's back and wants revenge on Stormer. And so I feel like his motive here was really weak. Like, he looks good, but I just don't get his motive. Like, if he wanted revenge on Stormer, then you probably want a better story on why he wants revenge on Stormer. Because, well, or just give him a brand new intention, a new motive that doesn't involve taking revenge on the Alpha Team leader. So, like, in terms of the lore, this guy definitely has the weakest. It just didn't make sense. But apart from that, like, he does look nice. He doesn't use CCBS, which back then, this was before CCBS existed, so that's forgivable. But apart from that, he looks great. I would say there are some parts sticking out, but like I said, if you want to see exactly what I'm talking about, then watch the in-depth analysis. But definitely, yeah, so it wasn't a strong start for Nebula being the first Hero Factory big villain, you know, to come out in 2010. And then in 2011, we have the Fire Lord. He was a mining robot. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. However, like his intention was pretty basic. He just wanted to raid the tanker station and just steal all the fuel to power himself up and his fire gang. That's it. And then I don't know if he later said he wants to use the power to destroy Hero Factory or something, but definitely his first intention was to attack the tanker station and take all the gas. Okay, that's cool. He was not a former villain, not former hero, sorry. He was not a former hero, had no relation to Hero Factory. He was just a simple mining robot that went insane and became evil. Okay, that's pretty appropriate. So I say this one, he has an okay motive here. Is just they didn't explain what he wants to do with all the fuel he's stolen right after. So there's that. That's the lore. But then in terms of the set itself, again, he is the first quote-unquote Titan figure to be made with the CCBS parts. So again, not a strong debut because the big problem appeared with the legs, as you probably know that. But apart from that, yeah, I will say one thing I really appreciate about Firelord is the head build with the horns. That still looks really good. So I do have to give props to Lego for just simply for coming up the whole concept of that in general. So that's nice. So that is Firelord. But then in the same year, we received a much bigger villain, and probably one of my all-time favorite Hero Factory sets, and of course the biggest Hero Factory sets, but also just one of my all-time favorite villains. Without a doubt, Witch Doctor has never failed to disappoint me, and won't stop disappointing. It will continue to not disappoint me, that's for sure. Witch Doctor is hella impressive, and when I first opened the box for all those months ago and doing the review, I was genuinely very impressed by the parts built, to the point where I got sick of building when I was building this guy. So definitely Lego just really knocked their socks off with Witch Doctor here. Very impressive build, and just he's definitely a fan favorite, and he deserves it to be. And even in the story, Savage Planet, it makes sense of what he's trying to do. He's just trying to extract all the quasia out of a planet, which has devastating consequences. It will strip the planet's core and destroy the planet. That is actually a life, or a threatening crisis that the heroes have to stop. This is way better than this guy taking revenge on Stormer. he actually has a motive. He doesn't have any relation to a single hero. He is a former professor at Hero Factory, but he just wants the Quasar, you know, the things that are powering the hero's cores. That is a simple motivation that is good, and that is why he makes a perfect villain. Also in the story, like in the film, the voice actor that played this guy did an amazing job. And he was definitely a very well received villain, that's for sure. Now, if it doesn't get more impressive than that, Witch Doctor definitely wins in the set's value and design and just the impression. But next up in 2012, we've got a big leading villain here whose name goes by Black Phantom. Now, why do I say he has a great story? Because Breakout is Hero Factory's most successful theme of all time. Period. The way the Breakout was orchestrated was simple. Voltex will orchestrate the Breakout. Every villain will escape, causing all the heroes to scramble out of Hero Factory and chase after the villains. Then Black Phantom would sneak back in and steal the Hero Factory plans and put Hero Factory in a complete lockdown because, well, all the heroes are gone, and it makes entering Hero Factory almost like a walk in the park for Black Phantom. So, very, very good villain, and a very good story too. And the fact that this guy is voiced by Mark Hamill. Black Phantom is voiced by Luke Skywalker himself. And we all know Mark Hamill has a flawless voice changing ability, and his perfect example was being the Joker. So he was perfect to voice Black Phantom, and he did an exceptional good job and just makes Black Phantom's character really, really cool. I love the mace he had, the mace staff, the spider droid army that he has, although there's only one here. Like, this is a well portrayed villain. I know he looks very similar to Firelord, but he's definitely much better than Firelord, that's for sure. Great motive, and he just has a great story, and the set for this guy is awesome. Definitely number one on the list has to be Black Phantom. I know I said Witch Doctor is number one, but now that I think about the story and everything, Black Phantom definitely gets the credit. Gotta do it. And then finally, in the final year of Hero Factory, not counting Invasion from Below, we have Dragon Bolt. Now, I was a little bit disappointed with Dragon Bolt because, well, like the first disappointing thing was the size. In the TV episode, Dragon Ball is a huge dragon beast, and he was actually like threatening. He was much bigger than what he actually is. In fact, he should be bigger than all of these guys. But in the actual set, what we get is almost like a tiger-sized set, a very small set that came in a bag, not a big box. So I was not impressed with the size of it, but of course it was for value reasons. It was appropriate, so parents didn't have to spend so much money on getting this for kids. Okay, but like in terms of the story lore, it was quite disappointing. But make no mistake, Dragon Bolt was great in the TV episode. Unfortunately, just not in the physical set, but in the show he was. Like he broke into Hero Factory, Rocka had to stop him, and yeah, it was just well from there. It was okay. It was not as great as Black Phantom's, obviously, but at least we have Aldraga in Hero Factory, and that's already cool enough. So, finally, to wrap it up the video, what do I think? So, Black Phantom's number 1, Witch Doctor's number 2, Firelord's number 3, Dragon Bolt's number 4, and Von Nebula's the last. I just don't understand Von Nebula's story, and yeah, maybe you can disagree with me if you don't think that's the case. That's my opinions, and let me know what you think in the comments. So once again, shout out to the dude who suggested this video. You are the god, and that is it for this one. If you want to see the other Hero Factory Evolution videos and other Hero Factory reviews, including these guys, make sure to check them out on the playlists throughout the channel. And if you want to see the other LEGO reviews, make sure to check those out as well. That's it for this one. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more, and that is it, and we will see you on the next one. Bye for now.